The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, requires that schools provide accessible instructional materials and assistive technology to students with disabilities as necessary for an appropriate education.
We saw a natural fit between IDEA and text-to-speech software for obvious reasons, with requirements under IDEA as far as accessible materials, access to the general ed setting. This was just a natural fit for our district. For our project, the initial investment was laptop computers and the software. We started with a small group. We were very careful in choosing a group of students that we felt could benefit from this type of software, that had the oral language skills that they could build upon. So that was a large purchase for us, but we felt like if we were really going to support the students, we needed to have access to this software.
Many schools understand the need to provide accessible instructional materials and assistive technology to students with visual impairments. They are not, however, as well versed on the potential these same supports hold for students with other disabilities. In Missouri, students with learning disabilities from 8 school districts participated in a project designed to broaden the application of assistive technology and accessible instructional materials.
To identify and obtain accessible instructional materials, it's really a student-by-student, case-by-case scenario. We look at the student, what their needs are, what their classes are, what's going to be required for them to access. Is it a textbook? Are there worksheets or test formats that are going to be needed? Are there lectures that are in audio format or something that we need to do to help them succeed?
Implementing accessible instructional materials and text-to-speech technology requires support from building level and district staff, along with parents and students. Elements critical to successful implementation include familiarity with text-to-speech technology, focused professional development for staff and students, and access to and production of accessible electronic materials.
Some of the sources for accessible instructional materials that we utilize are accessible media producers, folks who are able to go out to NIMAC and check and see if our textbook files are already there. We've also used Bookshare for some novels and other leisure reading. We scan materials ourselves. We do have the ability, like I said, to do some things in-house with specialized software to convert things to formats that we need.
Some of the teachers, the regular education teachers, were a little hesitant. It was a new concept to have a computer in the classroom and the students using this type of assistance, but they were open to give it a try to see. Their concern was whether it would be giving them an unfair advantage. But the teachers now realize it's not an unfair advantage. It simply is leveling the playing field for them, and they are amazed at the improvement in the reading comprehension, the confidence level, and the participation that the students are doing in class discussion now.
We've had teachers comment on the improved quality of writing. Kids aren't using the same words over and over and over again. They're actually expanding on a thought and able to write a full paper with some more complex thought processes going on.
Our challenges were at the building level, and our general ed teachers saw the importance of supporting students with disabilities. So when we explained the project, our special education teacher presented to the high school staff about this project before we even started, and they were all on board. So that immediately eliminated that anxiety for a building administrator, because that was a concern of his. Is he going to have a lot of teachers requesting all their students to have laptops? Another component that's critical is an IT department that is willing to support your staff, because it is an additional demand on them to provide that support to the students.